Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the case of the month. I'm Dr. S. Naveen Kumar, MD Radio Diagnosis. I'm Professor of Radio Diagnosis in Chelmada Anandarao Institute of Medical Sciences, Karimnagar. A 14-year female came with complaints of severe abdominal pains in 2 days, associated with 2 episodes of vomitings, previous history of irregular menstrual cycles. She was referred to Department of Radiology for ultrasound and followed by MRI. So ultrasonography, you can see the enlarged right ovary. These are the peripheral villus follicles. Coming to MRI, these are the T2 axial weighted images. This is the normal uterus. This is the normal left ovary. This is the enlarged right ovary. And the stroma is iso to hypointense on T2 weighted images. On STIR images also, the stroma is iso to hypointense. These are the peripheral place follicles. On T1 weighted images, you can see the hyperintensity, which is likely due to hemorrhage or necrosis. T2 coronal weighted images, you can see that this is the normal uterus. This is the normal left ovary. This is the enlarged right ovary. Star coronal images, you can see this is normal uterus, enlarged right ovary, normal left ovary, and hyperintense free fluid in the pelvis and pouch of Douglas. Axial GR images, you can see the blooming on GRE noted within the lesion, suggestive of hemorrhage or necrosis. And this is the twisted pedicle. On post-contrast even FSC images, this is the normal uterus, this is the normal enhancing left ovary, and you can see the hypo-enhancing right ovary, lack of parenchymal enhancement in the right ovary. And this is the twisted pedicle. This is the twisted pedicle. On post-contrast, this is the T1FS coronal weighted images, normal enhancing left ovary. This is the uterus. This is the lack of parenchymal enhancement in the enlarged right ovary. This is the intraop laparoscopic video. You can see the enlarged right ovary. I'll pause for you. This is the uterus. This is the fallopian tube on the left side. And here you can see the edematous tortuous fallopian tube on the right, which is twisted. And this is the enlarged right ovary. This is the hemorrhage. You can see all the hemorrhage and necrosis on the surface of the right ovary. This is the necrotic fallopian tube, which is twisted and tortuous. So this is the enlarged right ovary, this is the hemorrhage or necrosis, and this is the tortuous, twisted, and necrotic fallopian tube, which we have seen as twisted pedicle on axial images in the GRE and also a hypoenhancing twisted pedicle on post-contrast images. So these are the few blood clots which are retrieved from the pouch of Douglas. So coming to ultrasound, you can see enlarged right ovary with peripheral place follicles, no vascularity and color Doppler, with mild to moderate free fluid in pouch of Douglas and pelvis. MRI showed enlarged right ovary with multiple peripheral place follicles. The stroma is iso to hyperintense on T2 and STAR images, hyperintense on T1 weighted images, which is due to hemorrhage or necrosis, and showing significant blooming on GRE. And there is no enhancement on post-contrast T1 axial and coronary images. Normal enhancing left ovary was seen. Uterus is normal in signal intention morphology. There is mild to moderate hyperintense free fluid in pelvis and pouch of Douglas. So final diagnosis, right ovarian torsion with hemoperitoneum. So coming to clinical features, there may be acute colicky pain in the lower quadrant related to ipsilateral flank or groin with adnexal tenderness and palpation of mass sometimes. So ovarian torsion, first there will be twisting of the vascular pedicle in its suspensory ligament, which leads to initially compromise of low pressure venous and lymphatic outflow and leading to ovarian edema and enlargement And over the time, arterial circulation is compromised, leading to thrombosis, which leads to ischemia and hemorrhagic infarction, oblique necrosis. On ultrasound, you can see enlarged ovary with central afollicular stroma, peripheral place follicles, no color uptake or flow or color Doppler, and sometimes whirlpool or twisted pedicle sign is seen. So twisted ovarian pedicle is pathognomonic for ovarian torsion, enlarged right ovary greater than 4 centimeters, distended pedicle, possible underlying ovarian lesion, HU greater than 50 or non-contrast CT such hemorrhagic necrosis, lack of enhancement may be seen, surrounding fat stranding or edema or free fluid can be seen. On MRI T1, there may be thin rim of high signal which is due to methemoglobin. T2 can have low signal due to interstitial edema or hemorrhage. T1 post-contrast images, you can see no enhancement on post-contrast images. And axial GRE images, blooming on GRE, which is suggestive of hemorrhagic or necrosis, which will give a clue for the diagnosis. Along with twisted pedicle, which we have seen, twisted or distended ovarian pedicle, which we have seen on the axial GRE images, and twisted pedicle, which is hypoenhancing on post-contrast T1 images, which is pathognomonic for ovarian torsion. These are the few references which I have taken. I thank all the department PGs of radiology, PGs of gynecology, and the operating gynecologist and operating laparoscopic surgeon. Thank you, one and all.